Pollution crisis continues. Delhi's average AQI rose to 399 at about 9 p.m. and a few hours later at around 10 p.m. it breached the 400 mark. Now, considering the steep rise in the AQI in the National Capital Region owing to highly unfavorable Met conditions, the weather conditions as per the Met Department, what we are learning is that the GRAP-4 measures have now been implemented across the National Capital Region because the severe plus category has now been breached in the National Capital Region. So that's what we are learning, is that GRAP-4 measures will now be implemented in the National Capital with immediate effect as the pollution crisis continues in the National Capital Region. I'm joined by my colleague Christy on the broadcast. Shrishti, please give us the breakdown of GRAP-4 and what kind of measures will now be implemented in the National Capital Region.
Yes, so the air quality across the National Capital Region has started to worsen again. If you remember, around 6th of December, the CAQM had revoked GRAP-3 and GRAP-4 when the air quality began improving. But over the last 24 hours, we saw that the PM2.5 and PM10 concentrations have been steadily rising, and it breached the 400 mark around 10 p.m. Just a while ago. So when it breaches a severe mark, that is when the emergency response action measures really kick in. That is the GRAP-4 that we are talking about. So now all the schools across the national capital would be urged to shift to hybrid classes, both for the junior as well as senior classes. Officers will also be advised to shift to hybrid mode, considering the high level of vehicular emissions tend to really spike the pollution levels. And the latest forecast, the air quality forecast, suggests that over the next few days, the air quality will remain at least between very poor to severe category. And considering the meteorological conditions are not very favorable right now. So over the last few days, the wind speeds were really good, and that is why the pollution levels had come down. But now the forecast suggests that the wind speeds have dropped. So there will be restrictions on the vehicular movement, especially those coming from outside. The entry of trucks, except those which are carrying essential commodities, that will also be restricted. The construction activities also, which lead to a high amount of dust pollution in the city, will also be curbed. So these emergency response measures, of course, apart from GRAP-4, all the measures that CAQM enlist in GRAP-3 and GRAP-2 will also remain in force across this region. And this comes at a time when, the IMD has also forecasted dense fog conditions over the next few days, because the winter is also kind of really hitting in. The temperatures have dropped. So all the conditions are now very unfavorable for good air. And so, yes, the people have also been asked to really mask up when they step out and take the relevant measures.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shrishti, for joining us on the broadcast with that piece of breaking news. So with immediate effect now, GRAP-4 conditions now are in place across the Delhi-NCR region.